Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. Happy Hump Day. We are on episode 29. So today's topic, we're going to be discussing daddy issues, mommy issues, not having a relationship with your parents, how it might affect you when they're gone. So grab a glass of your favorite drink and let's get on into it. So I had been wanting to discuss something like this for a little minute now, but I was like, I don't really know, I don't know. But y'all know that I really do open up. I'm very open on this podcast. For the most part, I don't hold anything back because I feel like this is a safe space for me to talk about whatever it is that I want to talk about, whatever you guys want me to discuss. Y'all sending y'all voice notes. It's a safe space, like no judgment, no nothing. Unless you're doing some foul stuff, then that's when I'm like, hold up. But outside of that is, no judgment. We all go through stuff and do stuff, so it's no judgment. So, yes, I have been wanting to do this topic, and I was just like, I don't know. But when somebody hit me up on my social media and was like, it might be a sensitive topic for you, but can you talk about it? And I was like, sure, because I've been wanting to talk about it anyway. But I really can't say too much about how it affects you when you don't have a relationship with your parents, because I had a relationship with my mom. So I don't really know. I mean, for some people, I feel like it really wouldn't bother them because, they didn't have that relationship anyway. And for some people, it will bother them because it's like, damn, I could have done this to try to build a relationship, or, they should have done this, could have done that. So it could affect you in that way, I feel like. But as far as for me, I had a relationship with my mom. She was one of those parents, like, I did kind of feel like, I couldn't really talk to her, like really express myself how I wanted to, because she didn't really give me that space to do that. So it's like, I believe that's probably why I got into like writing, because that was a way that I expressed myself. Like I used to write all the time, like every day. So that is why I love writing now, because it's something that I've been doing since I was young. So, like I said, for me, I think when the person is no longer here, or even when they are here, it just makes you be like, when I have a child, I want to provide this type of space for them. I want them to be able to come to me, to know that I'm here, all this, that, and the third. And I had seen this post. I don't know exactly what it said. I can't remember word for word, but it was pretty much saying like, I never want my child to go to sleep at night crying and not feeling like they can't talk to me. I don't want them crying in their room by themselves. Come talk to me. And that's the type of mom that I want to be. I want my husband to be the same way. Okay, husband. But I want my husband to be the same way. I want him to provide that space for our kids to be able to come to him and talk to him. Don't brush them off. Don't make them feel like you don't want to hear what they have to say. Like they can't come to you and they have to always come to me. No. As far as my dad goes, love him, love him, love him. He's still here, blessed and grateful that he is still here on this earth, healthy from what I know of. So like I said, I really, 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 really love my dad. And I seen a post that was like, if you could, what did it say? It said something like, if you could choose your dad, would you choose the dad that you have now again? And that really had me thinking, like, damn, would I choose my dad again? And then I'd be thinking, like, I'm grateful that I grew up with parents that were not abusive, that did not abuse us mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, I'm grateful that I grew up with loving parents, because my parents were very loving and they were providers, definitely. So I'm grateful for that. Never take that away, nothing. But it really had me thinking, like, damn, would I choose the same dad that I have? Like I said, my dad was definitely a provider, good work ethic, but it was just like the emotional support. It wasn't there. So it was just like, for me, and it's crazy because I be thinking, like, it's it's funny that my love language is quality time versus words of affirmation, because growing up, I felt like I was loud right there, but I felt like, as far as my dad goes, like, I kind of like I don't want to say seeked his approval, but it was just like I wanted him to be like, I'm proud of you, good job, not just oh, you gotta be, let's bring it up to an A type of thing, because he used to always say that, and it's like, damn, like, no matter what I do, I feel like I'm not good enough. So it's just like, I don't know if I would choose, as far as him being a provider, yes. As far as him making sure that we were always good, yes. I would want that. His work ethic, yes. I'm about to get tongue-tied with the word ethic. But yes, I would choose that. But, like, emotionally, I probably would not. I probably wouldn't choose him. If it was just that, then no, I wouldn't. Because I feel like every little girl needs that. She needs her dad. He was always there. He was in the household, everything. Like I said, my parents have been together 40 plus years, we're together 40 plus years. So, like I said, I feel like every little girl needs that support from her dad. She needs that love from her dad. And I was telling somebody this not too long ago. I was just like, no matter what you and your daughter's mother go through, always show up for your daughter. Always do everything that you need to do for your daughter. Be present. I don't care if you have to go through hell and high waters, or you have to play nice with your baby mama. Do what you need to do to be there for your daughter. Always. And coming from somebody, like I said, my dad was there. Physically, he was there. Okay, he was there. But, like, I wish that I did, like, the daddy-daughter dances, trips with my dad, and it's like, for me, I don't know, and I can't really think of a time where I ever heard him say, I love you. Like, I seriously can't. And, all of my siblings, we all know that our dad, does not know how to express himself. Express himself. So I feel like, I don't know if that has anything to do with the childhood. I don't know. Because he lost his dad at a young age. As far as his mom, I don't know how old he was, but I feel like it probably does have something to do with the childhood. But I kind of feel like I am a very, very, very loving woman. I'm overly emotional. Everything makes me cry. Yes, I'm very loving, genuine, everything. I love, I love romance, everything about it. And I'm very nurturing. So I feel like that, I don't know, maybe, I'm a woman at the end of the day, but I feel like what I didn't get from my dad is, I don't want to say that's what, I don't know how to say it. I really don't know how to say it. Because I don't want to say, every woman isn't loving, nurturing, all of that. So I feel like although I did not really get the I love yous, the hugs and all of that from my dad, I still give that, probably because I got it from my mom. Now, if I wasn't getting it at all, then I probably wouldn't know how to. And sometimes I really don't know how to accept compliments from people. Like, if somebody's texting me and they're like, oh, you look real nice in your picture, or oh, you're really beautiful, you're a great woman, blah, 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 cool. I accept that. But over the phone or like in person, and I'm like getting hella compliments, and somebody might be telling me like, you're amazing, you're this, you're this. I'm accepting it, but I'm just like, because I don't really know how to accept it, because honestly, I'm not used to hearing it. I am, but it's like growing up, I was not used to hearing that. So for me as a child, it was just like trying to prove myself. Like, okay, there we go. Trying to prove myself. Like, okay, I have to, do this. I gotta be this time, but now I gotta get an A. Like, it just always felt like I wasn't good enough. And as an adult, it's just like steady trying to prove yourself. And I know people might be like, well, you're an adult now and all this, that. But that shit goes with you. Throughout your life, it goes with you. So it sticks with you. So, I don't know. I feel like your childhood plays a lot into how you are as an adult. I don't think me being shy, reserved, anything has anything to do with my relationship with my parents. It has nothing to do with that, because I've always been that way, like always. And you would think with me having 9 siblings, I would not be that way. Like, I would be very outgoing, talkative, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm to myself. I don't like to be bothered. If I don't know you, I'm not really talking to you unless you talk to me. But then again, sometimes I might be like, okay, social battery is low, or I just don't want to be bothered. But I just feel like parents really have to do better when it comes to their kids. And I'm not saying that my parents did a terrible job. They did amazing. All in all, they did amazing. They did what they could. And I feel like based off of how they were handled as a child, that's how they handled their children, I feel like. And like I said, I want to provide that safe space for my kids. Come and talk to me. Don't feel like you can't tell me anything. And that's another thing. I felt like I could not tell my mom a thing. I really couldn't. I'm not going to say she always yelled, because she did not. But it was just like, I always remember me or my siblings saying, like, you make it very hard to talk to you, and I don't want my kids to feel like they can't come to me for anything. Oh, my mom's gonna, be mad. She's gonna be upset. I don't give a shit. Come talk to me no matter what. No matter what. I don't care how you think I'm going to feel. Come talk to me. Feel like you have that space to talk to me. And I feel like people who have, like, men who have, like, mommy issues or whatever, I definitely feel like that carries over into their relationships when it comes to women. Some of them don't respect women. Some of them put their hands on women. And I feel like that's either they saw their dad do it and now they're doing it, or you have this built up anger and frustration towards women based off of your mom. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. And one thing I hate, and I don't really tell a lot of people what I just said about me and my dad's relationship. Again, I love him to death, would do anything for him, but choosing him to be my dad again, emotionally, probably not. But everything else, as far as like being a provider, being there, yes, I would. But yeah, like I said, when I tell people about, daddy-daughter issues, for one, don't always take that as like a red flag or something. Like, excuse me, hear the girl out. Hear us out. But people, I think that's why I need like a lot of reassurance. Let me know that I'm doing a good job, that you love me, that you care about me. I feel like that's why I need a lot of reassurance, because I'm not used to hearing that, or I was not used to hearing that. And I feel like at any moment, the dude might stop saying it or stop feeling that way about me. So I need a lot of reassurance. Unless you're just like that man and you're showing that shit every day, like, then I don't really need that. But if you're not the type to really show that every day, I need the reassurance. Like, yeah, because some men you can see, like, they will worship the ground that you walk on. You can feel that they love you. Yes, they tell you, but you can really feel that shit, and that's what I want. I don't want to have to ask you. I don't want to have to hear. I don't want to have to say, like, oh, I love you first in order to hear it. I don't want to have to guess how you feel about me. None of that. I should be able to feel it. I should be able to feel it. It should be clear as day how you feel about me. Somebody should be able to say, damn, I can tell that he really loves you. Like, he loves everything about you. I can tell. That's what I want. But so when I tell men about me and my dad's relationship, it always comes back up. And it's like they say it in a way to hurt me. And I am one of those people, if you take me there, we really going there. Really, really, really going there. Because don't take something that I told you, because I trusted you with it. I was opening up. I was being very vulnerable with you. And now you're bringing it back up, because I will crush you. Okay? I'm really going to take it there. And at that point, I don't give two shits about your feelings. I'm crushing them. And I'm trying to grow from there. I haven't had that experience, lately. And nobody has done that, because I haven't told anybody else that. So, yeah, but if somebody opens up to you about something traumatic, or, something that has happened to them, or something that has really affected them, do not bring that shit up. Don't bring it up. If they're like, I want you to do this, or I need you to do this, and you're like, you just want me to do that because your dad didn't do this, and I can't be your dad, and blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck asked you to? So, yeah, don't bring that shit up, because I feel like you deserve to get your fucking feelings hurt. I'm not going to say that you deserve to get smacked across the face like I want to say, but I'm going to say that you deserve to get your feelings hurt. Like crushed. Not even caring if it brings you to tears. That's how I feel. Because you said that for one, come on now. And I let people know, like, don't bring nothing back up. Please don't. Don't bring nothing back up, because I'm not responsible for your feelings after that. You took it there. Now we really going. We going deep. And I don't want to be that person, because we shouldn't just be trying to hurt each other, you know. I don't know if they, which I feel like they probably, in that moment, I feel like they probably did say it to try to hurt me. And now we just gonna go there. And same with women. Do not bring up a man's relationship with his mom like, oh, you want me to be your mom, and your mom didn't do this, so you want me to do this. I can't be your mom. Honey, he deserves to crush you. Not literally. But he deserves to take it there. He really does deserve to take it there, because you knew better. You shouldn't have did. You said that to hurt him. You knew how that would trigger the fuck out of him. And that's another thing. Y'all need to learn people triggers. Don't be out here triggering folks and then trying to play victim when they serve you up. No, I'm not with that. Like I said, I'm not responsible for how you feel after I say what I say. I'm not responsible. Not at all. And I feel like, and I was watching this show, I'm not going to say what show, but the show is really, really, really good. And I'm super late to the show, super late. But I was watching this show, and I just could not, and mind you, this might ruffle a few feathers. If it does, I apologize. No harm, no nothing. But back to what I was saying. So, a woman was getting abused in the show. It was a black woman getting abused in the show by a white man. And I was very shocked when I saw that her man was white. Not shocked like, damn, she was a white man. But when I seen that she was like bruised up and all of that, and then I seen that it was a white man that was abusing her, not saying that it would make it any better if it was a black man. What I'm saying is, I'm just like, child, I was just like, why are you sitting here letting this man hit you? It has, again, it's not the fact that it's a white man. It's just like, why? Why are you staying in that? Again, because I had wanted to make an episode about this, but I was just like, do I want to go there? And I feel like I would need somebody else on the episode to talk about that. But I just couldn't understand why she stayed. And then she had kids. And then it got to a point where he was putting his hands on the children. And baby, like she told him, you can hit me, but do not put your hands on my children. I back her 1,000%. Because when you touch my children, I will kill you. I don't have any kids, but I'm just letting it be known when I have some. I will kill you behind my kids. Do not play with my kids. Don't touch anything on their body. But for you to be a grown-ass man and be their dad at that, talking about, oh, they're crying too much, and the fuck? They are children. Don't touch them. When we, I just feel like when y'all had that first child, you peeped that they cry a lot. So why did you turn around and have another one? But no, don't touch. No. I stood behind her 1,000% when she said that. But it's just like, then he, he hit her, and was like, you made me do this, blah, blah, blah. And then when they show like his childhood and how he would get hit by his dad, and it's just like, I would put that in there with generational curses. You gotta break those cycles, honey. You gotta break those, because I feel like you're hitting your kids, and your kids grow up, see you hitting their mom, and then you hit them, and then now they're grown and they're hitting their girl. They're either gonna be like, I'm not trying to be like my dad. And then you may have the other that's out here whooping fucking women. And that's not okay. It's not okay. I don't respect anybody that raises their hand up at women. I do not. I don't respect you. I ain't gonna say that. But yes, that's what you are. That's what you are. You're a walking vagina in my book. If you raise your hand up at a woman. You deserve everything. I promise you. You deserve everything that comes behind it. And I'm just happy and grateful that I have never been in that situation. And I pray that I never am, because I will be behind bars. One of us is dying. One of us is dying. I'm going to jail for killing you. Hopefully it's a self-defense thing. But I'm fucking you up. I promise you. So yes, I'm just happy that I've never been in that situation. But that just goes to show, like, the relationship with him and his dad. They didn't really show much, but he was getting hit. So it was just like, you don't be your dad. Don't be your dad. And women, don't be your mom. So I don't know. I just feel like, and it's crazy because I have thought one time to write my parents letters. One year, I think we were like going into a new year. I don't know when this was. And I was like, damn, maybe I should write them letters, expressing myself, of course, telling them how grateful I am that they're my parents, how much I love them, but also include like things that I did not like and what could have been different. But I never did it. Never did it. Never did it. And I also thought about like going to therapy, not particularly for that. It was going to be just like, with my mom passing, which I still feel like I need to go. So with my mom passing, and then you know how they really dive deep into your family, all of that, your feelings. And I feel like it's going to come, my dad's situation is going to come up. And I'm just like, I pray that I don't have any homework as far as like, maybe you should tell your dad how you feel. Or, something like that. Because I just feel like I can't do that. And then me and somebody, I forgot what was said. But we like felt like we kind of got into it. Because I was telling them about my relationship with my dad. And I was just like, yes, we were talking about like going to therapy and how they might, tell me to do this. And like, as far as like homework, they might tell me to do this with my dad, or tell him to go to therapy. For one, he not going to therapy. He not going anywhere for that matter. But they might tell me to go tell him how I feel and tell him, certain things. And I was just like, I'm not ready to do that. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be ready to do that. But me and him kind of got into it. And he just said something that like set me off. And I think what he said was true. But it was just like the way that he said it. It was coming off like an asshole. Because I think he said something like, well, you don't really want to change your relationship with your dad then if you don't want to do this. And I said, yes, I do want to change it. And I think he was probably like, well, obviously not, because you don't want to do this. And it triggered me so much. Like, I don't think we kind of like went back and forth about it. Well, we probably did like for a few seconds. And then I think I just got quiet and stopped talking because it really pissed me off. And people have to remember, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. He could have respectfully been like, well, you know that I get where you're coming from. But if you really want to change the relationship with your dad, you know that you are kind of going to have to put some type of work in. And he is as well, but when you go to therapy, they may give you homework to do, so you're going to have to take that first step. And if I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to do that, and like I said, he could have been like, well, in order for you to really change that relationship with your dad, that's probably what you're going to have to do. Respectfully, but I just didn't like the attitude and all of that behind it, because it was like, well, stop talking about it then. That's the kind of vibe that it gave, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I don't mind people telling me what it is, but be respectful. And another thing that I hate is when people use that fucking, what do they say? They be like, oh, I'm just blunt. Okay. No, you're being a dick. You being an asshole. I hate when people use that, oh, I'm just blunt. Okay. You can be blunt. That's cool, but don't. Listen. People are fucking assholes and they rude as fuck and try to throw the blunt word in there. No, you rude. And I don't like that. You can be blunt all fucking day, but don't be rude. That's how I feel. But anyways, so took me back. Because I think I had to tell somebody this the other day. And this is a friend where him and I never agree on anything. Never agree on a thing. And he said something the other day that kind of bothered me, but I'm not going to say that up here. But yeah, I had to tell him, like, it's okay to be blunt, because he's one of those people. He's blunt. But sometimes he can be very rude, which I don't think he cares, because, again, he says he's being blunt. You can be blunt all fucking day, but don't be rude. And some people don't care how they say anything. But no, you have to respect people. And this is not just for you if you listen to this podcast, this episode. It's not just for you. This is for everybody. Be respectful. Be respectful. Like, don't be rude. I don't care about you being honest with me. My thing is, do not be rude to me. Don't be for one, I hate an asshole. I do. I hate an asshole. And I'll go ahead and let dudes know that, like, I'm not with that. But, yeah, I just feel like, when it gets to that point, or, whenever, hopefully no time soon, that my dad does pass away, I feel like that will really affect me. And of course, both of my parents are going to be gone. So that's really, really, really going to affect me. And then on top of me not really handling the situation, and I know it would be like, well, why don't you get on it then? It's not that easy. I swear it's really not. Because for one, I feel like but it's like, I am number 9, okay? It's 10 of us. I'm number 9. If number 1 did not really receive that, or number 2, or number 3, it's just like, yeah, I don't really see it changing, or maybe I should be open to it, but I just feel like it's not gonna really change. So I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just have to take that L because I don't know. Because I feel like if I know I can't go into a situation wanting a certain answer, but I feel like if I go into that situation and I'm very open and I don't really receive anything, I am going to be very fucking pissed, and I'm going to be more hurt than I already am. So it's just like, I don't want to put myself through that. I know. I feel like when you know how a person is, because it can be like, you tell them, you might say, thank you, I love you, or happy birthday, I love you, and they're like, thank you. You know that they seen that I love you at the end, but they did not acknowledge it. And that shit hurt. So it's like, I don't really want to put myself through that. I just don't. So yeah, that's my little rundown of my life story or whatever. But yeah, I feel like if you have the time, which I know this might be like, well, you go do it. Definitely, if it's fixable. If you feel like you have those parents that will be open to talk about whatever it is that's going on or whatever, or just, go to them. I don't feel like I have that, so I'm going to leave that alone. But what I will probably do is write a letter. And I might not give it to him, but I do recommend anybody that is going through something or doesn't have a relationship with their parents and it's bothering them, I would say write a letter. Write all your feelings, put them into that letter, and see how it makes you feel. Because I think I'm going to do that. That might be something that I do before the end of the year and just go into the year with a clean slate. All my little feelings out there. I might even write one to my mom, So, yeah, I feel like that would be good. At least you're getting your feelings out on your end. But, yeah, getting your feelings out, and you probably will feel better. I'm hoping that I do. So, yeah. All in all, though, I will say those who have a genuine, loving relationship with their parents, you are very, very, very lucky individuals to have that relationship with your parents. Cherish it. Definitely appreciate your parents. Love on your parents. They will not be here forever. So definitely love on them while you still can. And I had just thought about a post that I seen on Facebook, and it was like, women who have a relationship with your dad, how is it? And the post that I seen, I was just like, damn, I was very, very, very jealous, if I'm being honest. Like, I was like, damn, I wish I had that. They were like, oh, he's my superhero. He set the bar for the men that I go for. Did I say that right? He set the bar for the men that I go for. Or he set the bar for the men that might go for me. I guess, whichever one. But they were like, oh, he comes when I need him. He's always there. I love my dad. And they were showing like pictures of their dads, them with their dad. And I was just like, damn. I was really jealous. So I enjoyed reading the post, but it had me sad a little bit, if I'm being honest. But I was just like, they're lucky, So again, if there are any dads listening to this and from the age ranges that I know listen, I know that there are some dads up here. Definitely have that relationship with y'all kids. Definitely. Even your son, make sure you build that relationship with them. Show them how a woman should be treated. Show them how a man should carry himself. Definitely. Women, build that relationship with your son. Show them how a woman should be treated. Show them how a man should carry himself to a certain extent. So, yes. And then mothers, have that relationship with your daughters. Make sure that you show them how a woman should be treated, how she should carry herself, the whole nine. So yes, parents, it is very important that you have that relationship with your children. Provide that safe space for them to come to you, talk about anything, doesn't matter what it is. Provide that space for them. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Real and Raw with Ree. Continue to rate, continue to share, continue to comment. Make sure you hit that plus sign button and follow me. on my podcast platforms. And continue to send your voice notes. I love hearing from y'all. Make sure that y'all participate in my polls and Q&As on Spotify only. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.